What's up, everybody? Tommy here, Math Productions. Long time no see, right? I ain't streamed in like 3 weeks. I ain't uploaded in like 2 weeks. Life gets busy sometimes, you know what I'm saying? I'm not full time here, so unfortunately it is what it is. But we're moving on from that side plug transition from that. If you want to help me make it full time, you can always become a founding member. Now that that's out of the way, what are we doing tonight? Don't have too much time, a little bit of time here. I wanted to show off because I have been in the past couple of weeks with the downtime I've had. I have been playing this No Man's Sky. It is a ton of fun. It's been scratching that itch that Ark used to do for me, and I'm having tons of fun. This Expedition Corvette, if you're like me and have never played this game before, this Expedition is a fantastic entry point to the game, right? And because of my chronic habitual restarter syndrome, I've definitely like started and played through this expedition at least a handful of times already. I've developed kind of like a little system, a little process that I do to quickly get through some of the accomplishments. We got people walking by, my bad. But yeah, so like that's what I'm going to show off in the limited time I got tonight. I'm going to show off kind of the way that you can very quickly progress through the expedition, not in the recommendation to like end it and go back to a normal save ASAP necessarily. You can spend the rest of the 4 or 5 weeks, whatever, that the expedition's still going to be going, spend some extra time in that expedition. But I'm going to show you guys tonight, at least, how I get started with it. Every time, dude, the dog, 3 weeks in, maybe the dog was trained. No, the dog was not trained. But Carly, good morning for sure. Thank you for being here. I hope you have a great day. We're jumping into No Man's Sky. So look, we click on it, we click play. We're coming right down to Expedition 19 Corvette. We're going to click on that. I have no saves going, so it's just jumping us into a new save file. It does give you a warning. Community expeditions do not include the tutorial and are not recommended as your first experience of No Man's Sky. Do you wish to continue? Yes. I will say, because of the fact that I played like a handful of hours of a normal game before going into this expedition, it did help me a little bit, but I'm going to cover some of those things, some of the user interfaces, some of the resources that are going to be important early on, how you can kind of craft some of these things and use some of your tools. I'm going to show a whole bunch of information over the next hour, so fret not. If you're a new player, you see this warning, you're like, man, should I do it? As long as you've seen this stream or the replay after the fact, right, I promise you're going to be okay jumping right in to No Man's Sky. I do really like the music. I'm not gonna lie, like not necessarily this music. I can't really hear it because I got the TV turned down, so there's not too much music. Because I know I got, or noise, because I know I got the fan going, right. So let me know if that fan gets loud or annoying or whatever. But the music when you're just like zoning out and roaming a planet and harvesting whatever, exploring, I really like some of the music. Yeah, Scott, what's good, my friend? I hope you're having a great night for sure. Well, night, day, I don't know where it's at for you, but for me, it's like 7:30-ish at night, somewhere in there. We're gonna initialize this expedition. This, just like Ark, really wish I could skip. Really wish I could fast forward. It's literally the same as Ark, right? Groggy. I half expected dude to look down at his friggin' wrist and scratch it. This game is a lot of fun, though. I'm not even gonna front. This game is so much fun. I still am gonna be critical of the way a lot of the creatures look. It is what it is, but it's fine for me. Like, this game is enough fun, otherwise it's fine for me. Oh, heck yeah, dude, you're even earlier in the day than me. You're still early evening, man. Oh, so this is new for me. I've never spawned in at a POI. That's kind of cool. So we'll get to cover even more information than I thought I was going to get to cover. Heck yeah. So when you find a POI, that's what this is. It's not normal. It's not normal that you start out with these things right in front of you. But see these things? Damaged machinery. So if you go up to them, hold X if you're on Xbox, this living slime, you're going to harvest it, you're going to transfer it to your exosuit. The reason that slime is good is you're going to eventually get or make this portable refinery, or a refinery in general, and you can refine that slime through a series of steps. And the end step is nanites. We just got some. If we go into our inventory, right up here at the top, it says nanites. We got 30 of them for checking that out. Well, that slime that's now here in our cargo, again, we can refine that at a later point through a bunch of steps. Our boost pack's not showing. It's a little glitchy. We'll exit out and go back in a second, fix that. But yeah, the living slime is kind of important. So when you're looking at the user interface screen, this is your main screen. I hit select on the Xbox controller. That's how I get here. So you see at the top, you got an exosuit, a starship, and a multi-tool. Over time, you'll get other things that'll add to this list, but this is where we're starting, right? Exosuit. There's two sections that you can tell. This top section and this bottom section. They're identified as technology and cargo. That's literally what they are. So these technologies, you'll pick up these blueprints throughout play. You can buy them, find them, whatever, and you can add them. And when they're installed up here in an active technology slot, then you gain different perks, right? Cargo, self-explanatory, that's your inventory. Starship, ours is broken. For the Corvette expedition, you can only use the new Corvette ships. We will not be able to fix this starship. We're going to make our way in this tutorial to another starship. I think it's this one. We're not going to be able to fix it. That's part of the expedition. And then the multi-tool is just that. It's our weapon. It's our harvester. It's our terrain modifier. That's that. Just like with the exosuit, it's got this technology section. As we get these blueprints and learn how to make these things, or we pick up these things that we can install, to be able to have them actively in use, they have to be up here in one of these slots, right? We can add extra slots throughout play to technology and cargo. We'll get to that as we get to that, right? I'm gonna hit down on the D-pad. I am not a fan in this game of the first person unless I'm in combat. So I hit down on the D-pad. I went over to utilities, up to toggle camera view. That's how we're gonna get our third person. And then in our third person, we're gonna check out this POI that we otherwise would not have been checking out at this point in the stream. This thing, extract nanites. Nanites. So I mentioned nanites. Tommy, what are nanites? It's a special currency, right? It's an in-game currency. Credits or units or whatever is the standard one, and nanites is kind of like the special one. And then there's a couple other in-game resources as well. But we're not going to talk about the economy system in depth right now. Basically, everything that you can go up to and hold X on, or your action button, whatever your system you're playing on, I would encourage you to do that everywhere. And add a POI that has these like little save points, waypoints, whatever. Interact with those, because not only will you get the nanites, but you'll get a save down, right? And you'll also get navigation data. That's like a quasi-currency, I guess, but you can use it with these dudes that sell maps, and there's tons of different maps to be able to find different things, and you have to use those navigation datas to be able to get those maps. And to get those navigation datas, you got to find them at different types of POIs. Man, we're covering so much information so quick. It is super fun, dude. It's super fun figuring out where they're going to drop you every time. It's not the same every time. Let's go check this out. There's probably... Is it a gek? It's probably a little gek. I think this whole system's little geks. Yeah, look at the little geks. I like these little guys. They're cute. If you talk to them... We're not going to do it in this stream, but talk to all the NPC characters that you come across, because most all of them, not this dude I guess, but most all of them you can request dialogue help and learn a word in their native language, and sometimes you can even practice your language with them, and if you do well in that speech check, then they'll give you a reward, right? Go ahead and grab up all these goodies. Man, this has nothing to do with what I intended to do, which was like a fast tutorial. But how often do you start out at a POI, right? That's random. Somebody tried to build here. Oh, this is somebody else. This isn't the POI. Somebody built a random ass door, a random wall, a random roof. And this is that thing I was talking about, a portable refiner. Someone else's, and they're using it. Can we pick it up? No. Just a weird starting location all the way around. What we're looking for, though, I pointed, like you guys could directly see where I'm pointing. But if you see in the middle of the screen, there's a little icon right there. It says your starship. That's ultimately what we're making our way towards, is our starship. But before we get there, to speed things along, we're gonna try to gather a couple resources on the way. If you see these hazardous flora, go ahead and take them out because they have oxygen. We want oxygen. That's one of those things we want to gather a little bit of along the way. Another one, carbon. Oxygen is used to replenish our life support system. Carbon is used to replenish our mining beam. So we're going to need a bunch of both of those, as much as we can get, right? We're not going to spend an hour right now harvesting. You could. You'd do well to do that for yourself, to set yourself up well. We're not going to do that right now. But ferrite dust is one of the main components for crafting. We're going to make sure we got a bunch of that. Not only outpost structures, like we just saw that dude, some person that put the door in the wall and whatever. You need ferrite dust to build that stuff. But you also need ferrite dust to build metal sheets, which is what we're going to need here soon. We're going to have to build one of those portable refiners ourselves if we don't find a specific type of rock. There's these tiny little pebbles here on this starting planet. If you get up high, like on some of these mountainsides or whatever, there's these little rocks that have both the ferrite dust and chromatic metals. And if you destroy a bunch of those rocks, we need 30 chromatic metal to get off this starting planet. Spoiler, right? So if you find those little rocks, you can harvest out 30 chromatic metal. You already got what you need, you're good to go. Ultimately, to get to phase 2 in the expedition, you'll need another 63 chromatic metal from the first 30. So what I try to do on this first planet is get enough of a specific metal, so that way I can build a refiner, refine that metal, and have at least 93 chromatic metal before I try to leave this starting planet. If I wasn't talking blah blah blah, showing stuff off, like if I right when I loaded in just started running for it and going for it, this process takes literally like 5-10 minutes. Like you can be off the starting planet super quick and getting into the expedition, because where I said you can't use a starship in this, it's just about the Corvettes. You might be thinking, well man, Tommy, how long does it take to get the Corvette so you can actually start like flying around in this game? It's like immediate. As soon as you get off this planet, you have to start building your Corvette, and then you can start using it, right? So the only thing we don't have yet is there's some sulfur over there. We want that. Anytime you see like a little yellow glow, it's probably sulfur. We'd do well to pick some of that up. But what we're looking for right now is like that, a copper deposit, right? That's the perfect type of metal at the starting location to make the chromatic metal that we're gonna need. So I held down the left trigger on the Xbox controller and pulled up my scanner. I found the copper deposit. I'm gonna hold X to mark it. That's where we're going. I'd be remiss if I didn't show off a tip-in trick that's like the first tip-in trick in every single No Man's Sky tip-in trick video. Like literally every single one. Ones that are just made, like within the past month or two, ones that have been made like a couple years ago, every single one. Tip and trick for No Man's Sky players. Sprint, right bumper A, and you get like a boost, right? So instead of just like running, jumping up like that in the air, let's get our jetpack boosted up. So right click is to sprint, right bumper is your melee attack, A, all this is on Xbox, A is to boost pack. If while you're sprinting you immediately melee boost pack, you can launch yourself forward, right? Also, a tip that I didn't know until I think I found it on Reddit, I had got myself into like a deep little like pit one of the first few times I was playing this expedition, and like I painstakingly captured this flying beetle thing and like flew it up the side of this rock, and I thought that was the only way to get out. The jetpack runs out, like see like this, when I'm just out in the open, but if I'm up against like a rock wall like this, it's like indefinite. I don't know why that is, but if you're going up along a wall, you can like boost pack indefinitely. So there's my two boost pack tricks that I've picked up in the past like 2-3 weeks of playing this game. You can sprint, melee boost pack, and go flying. And if you're up against a wall, you can indefinitely boost pack. But so now we're at this copper deposit. We're gonna hit, what is it, Y? I almost said triangle, I think that'd be PlayStation, but Y on the Xbox controller switches what our mining tool's doing. Started out on the mining beam, we got the terrain manipulator, and then a bolt caster is like our weapon. Those are the three things we got right now. We want the terrain manipulator. On that, if you hit right bumper, see that red circle, how it got real big? Left bumper makes it smaller. That's the size of your beam when you're modifying the terrain. The small buddy just takes out a little bit at a time, right? The bigger buddy takes out a little more. The biggest buddy takes out a lot, right? That's important when you're not just trying to modify the terrain for whatever other reasons, but when you're harvesting, you want it on the smallest setting to maximize the amount of the resource that you're pulling, right? So the bigger the beam on your terrain manipulator, when you're hitting that resource directly, the less of that resource you're actually going to hit. Duly note that, right? I didn't know that for a while. I wondered why sometimes I got a whole lot and it took forever. I wondered why other times it seemed to go really, really quick. It's because I was clicking buttons, trying to learn buttons, and doing that to myself. But we want a lot. We want to get all this copper because, again, we're trying to get 93 chromatic metal before we leave this planet. We need 30 of it just to be able to leave this planet. But if we go ahead and get 93, then we're going to be fine for later. We won't have to like double back to be able to get resources that we'll need at a later time. It is getting cold in game. So we have enough copper, I'm pretty sure. But check this out. So if it starts getting super cold, we're going to come to the side and we're going to mine down. Let's make that bigger. When we get low enough, see how all of a sudden it went from negative 50 in the lower left? Oh, you can't see it. You can't see it. I'll show it real quick. There. See how it says it's blinking, negative 0.7 degrees Celsius? It was at negative 50 degrees Celsius, right? When we were outside directly. So if you're in an environmental storm or hazardous situation, if you tunnel far enough into the ground or into a side of a cave, whatever, you can escape those dangers and those effects. If we hit down, recharge equipment, we need to recharge our environmental protection. That's that sodium. That's that sodium I said we needed to get. We don't have any right now. We don't have any batteries either. So we can't recharge our environmental protection. That kind of sucks. No worries though. So look, we're right under where that copper deposit was, right? If we really wanted to, we can pull our terrain manipulator back out. If we were under it. I don't know where it's at. Oh, it's right here. But anyway, I was just basically going to show off. You could sit in a hole like that, escape the environment, and still extract, right? Super, super cool. Fun little strategies to be able to keep harvesting, keep gathering, even in the elements, and be able to escape the elements the best you can, right? You'll also, where I was talking about recharging your suit, the protections, life support, stuff like that, you'll also have to recharge your mining beam, terrain manipulator, stuff like that. What's really cool is when you're not hitting a resource, when you're just hitting the rock, you get this silicate powder. So if you're going to recharge, don't waste your ferrite dust. You're gonna need that for building again. You can scroll over, you can use silicate powder, and literally the tool that you're using to harvest, those materials you're getting by default while harvesting or manipulating, those materials are then used to replenish that beam, right? It's like a circle. But what we need now is the portable refiner. So if we go into our exosuit, down into the cargo, go into an empty slot, we're gonna craft, we're gonna scroll down, we need a metal plating, we need 2 of those. And when I gathered the blue crystals, which was hydrogen, We needed those for the dihydrogen jelly. The reason we needed that, portable refiner. Oh, I thought it was dihydrogen jelly. Okay, so we got, maybe I'm thinking of the save. Is it the save point? Oh, okay, so I was getting the resource for the save point. We got the metal plating we need for the refiner. We need 2 more oxygen, no big deal. Because if we go back to our ship, where's that little icon at? Where are we at? Right there. I haven't even talked about in that scanner. If you hover over things, a little outline will appear. You can hold down the right trigger. You can scan flora and fauna. Scanning these things will earn you credits, so it's a super easy way to earn credits. And we're going to do it here soon. When we get off this planet, we're going to quickly find our way to a dissonant planet, and we're going to quickly then, from landing, scan 3 of the wild fauna for one of the expedition missions. Did not realize we're this far from the plane. Get to the plane! Yeah, I'm like 20 minutes in and I haven't left the planet. It does not take this long, I promise. I promise it does not take this long at all to get off of this planet. It takes like 5-10 minutes. Alright, so that's our ship. That's our ship right there, but it's all busted up. Look at it. It's on fire. We're going to come over here. We're going to interact with this thing. It's going to tell us there's nothing there. We're going to tell it to broadcast. And then these red plants are oxygen. So we got what we need now for the refiner. You should be able to build the refiner right next to your ship. So if anybody's had issues with where they can build and place stuff, you should be able, every time I've played it, I have not had any issues building my refiner right next to my ship. It says I have 2 of these. Oh, because I could build 2. Never mind. But yeah, so we build it with the right trigger. To get that menu, I hit the up on the D-pad. I'm showing myself, like people can see that. But you hit the up on the D-pad, that brings you to your build menu, right? That's where we got the refiner. We're gonna hold X. It needs fuel to function. We're gonna use this condensed carbon. And then we're gonna put our copper right in here. And then we're gonna hold X to start. So you can see right here, if we let it go all the way to 100%, it'll be able to convert at a 2-to-1 ratio our copper into that chromatic metal. And we got the 30 that we need to now leave this planet, but we want to get at least 93 to quickly get through at least phase 1 of the expedition. Hey, 2357, what's good, X? I hope you're having a good night, my friend, for sure. Hope you're doing well. It's been a minute since I've been on the channel. I've been playing this game in between being crazy busy in real life. It's super fun. I wanted to show it off. To be fair, I'm not gonna lie, I was itching to start a new run in the expedition anyway, so I was like, you know what, instead of doing it on your phone tonight, Tommy, you're just gonna stream for like an hour and a half, whatever. You're just gonna do it there, and then at least you got that like on the channel, you know what I'm saying? If you play for like another couple hours later on tonight off cam, that's cool. And then tomorrow you're off work, so maybe tomorrow we can hop back on the live stream as well. But basically, once we got those at least 93 chromatic metal, go ahead and I picked up the refiner. I took out all my goods. I just selected them, transferred them to my exosuit, and then I held down the right thumbstick to pick up the refiner at the end. And then I looked over at the ship. I held X to interact with it. And from here, we're just jumping in, we're getting this phone call, we're clicking through, blah, blah, blah. Basically, it's telling you, dude, like, that ship's not going to work. I don't really know what it's saying because I just skipped through it, and then you retrieve the orbital uplink blueprint. But you can't use the ship anyway. There was one time I tried to do a playthrough on this where I was like, man, I'm going to fix the starship before I go to the space station and build my Corvette, you know what I'm saying? Well, you can't, you know, so don't even waste your time doing that. But see, so this orbital uplink, like I said, you need 30 chromatic metal for it. That's why we got our 93. You'll see where the other 63 are coming from in a second. But we can go ahead and exit the ship. We'll go into our inventory. We'll build this orbital uplink. Then we'll hold X so that way we can uplink ourselves to the space station, right? Officially leaving the starting planet of the expedition, milestone complete, linked to the stars, ascended to the space station, and your reward for doing this, because you might think, Tommy, if we have a busted ship we can't fix, we just beamed ourselves to this space station, how are we ever going to get anywhere else? Well, wouldn't you know it, we hit the start button, we look at the expedition tab, under phase 1, milestone 1, we collect that reward, and it's Corvette basic modules pack. Literally right at the start of the expedition, you're given the starting components for your first Corvette. That's literally the highlight and focus of this expedition, right? I was kind of disappointed in myself that I didn't think they would give us these pieces this quickly. I thought I was going to have to play a little bit longer. Super happy that they give it to you right away. Because literally at this point, you can start sandboxing. Even within the expedition experience, there's so many different ways you could take your play from even this point right here. This game is definitely a lot of fun, right? But the first thing we're going to do, we're going to go to this appearance modifier. I found what I like my dude to look like. I do anomaly, preset 1, and then I change the colors. Switch that to that, that to that, and I come to the torso, do a little boom, do a little boom, and then up here, we do that, and we do this, and we do this one, and this one. We're almost done, I promise, we're almost done. Banner. So my favorite color definitely is orange. Orange, #1 favorite color. Turquoise is hard to beat for my second, right? And for my title, we're definitely gonna go with, oh man, I don't know. We'll go with Mathray the Builder. Yeah, we'll keep that, and then Traveler. That sounds good. You don't have to do this. You can keep your dude the way it looks, however you want it, whatever. But when you first get in, that's the first opportunity in the save to be able to change your appearance. So I go ahead and take it there. And then a little side plug. I'm not going to go over a bunch of stuff about the space stations, but if you find these encrypted navigation datas, this one's at this starting space station every time. Grab that navigation data. You can use it for maps later. So this keeps happening the past 2 days. See how it's like a giant void wall? Clearly glitched. Something's wrong. But I found out if you just get brave and enter the void, wah, it's gone. Yeah, it freaked me out the first time I saw it, but you know what I'm saying? It's good now. That's the trade terminal. There's nothing we need from it right this second, so we ain't gonna mess with it. We're gonna hit one of these pads that's free. All of them are free right now. And then we're gonna come to the Corvette workshop, and we're gonna create a new Corvette. The basic components are the landing gear. This is my starting Corvette build. I think it looks decent enough, but by all means, be creative, have some fun. Asymmetrical ships, I think, are super cool. You know what I'm saying? But tons of different ways that you can build. We'll talk about the building later on. Basically, what this like process that I have to quickly accomplish a whole bunch of missions in succession, it's basically to maximize getting in a bunch of Corvette parts at one time, so that way once you start out with this initial build for your Corvette, right, you'll be able to then maybe the next time you go to actually build an add-on, have a decent amount of stuff to build an add-on with. So just like how not in the Corvette, to be able to access our build menu, we hit the up arrow on the D-pad. When you're within the vicinity of your Corvette, inside your Corvette, that's how you get to the interior build menu. Just hit the up arrow on the D-pad. We need to go ahead and put this mission board in, and that's mission number 2, right? The reason that you need to do this one second is, one, you need to get your Corvette up and running, right? That's got to be working. But let's get out of here. The reward for this, buddy, is this pre-packaged scatter blaster unit, and then some upgrades for it. It's far better than the bolt caster, which is like the weapon part of the multi-tool that we have right now. And we're gonna need this scatter blaster here real soon, right? So when we get the blueprints in our exosuit's cargo inventory, hold X to install. We're gonna put it, that's a supercharged unit. We're not gonna put the basic blaster there. We're gonna put the basic blaster beside it, the C-Class upgrade above it, and the S-Class in that supercharged. And within a square, right, you can have four. You can have four of these things connected, and when that outlines on them all, that means they're all connected and like supercharging even more. So we got the supercharged S tier compression unit that's also boosted with the base scatter blaster and the shell greaser. That's going to give us a really, really good weapon right at the start of the game. Playing off cam. Oh, dude, I do it too much. I do it too much. But it's because it's on my phone with the Backbone controller. Side plug. Backbone or Game Pass should pay me because, dude, I will preach this stuff all day. This Backbone controller, you just slide this bad boy open, drop your phone right in there. It's so convenient and easy. That's how I do most of my video uploads, is I just record right on my phone doing just that. Only time I stream is when I'm on the Xbox, right? Now, there are times, because I got by the big TV, I got a smaller TV, but I do got two TVs out in the garage now, so I have over the past couple of weeks, you know what I'm saying, me and Britt, we'll have like a movie or a show on or something. I'll play the game on the side, so I can't blame it all on the phone, I guess, but yeah, I do be playing off cam. But, so, get in your ship. Once you've built the ship with those base components you get at the start, you get the reward for, what is it, mission 2. That's where we're going to go ahead and install our scatter blaster. And then from there, we're going to get in the ship and exit the space station. We're going to come back to the space station again at another point. I think we come back to this one at another point. I can't remember right now. We'll find out. But anyway, in the ship, we're going to go to utilities. I like third person again. So look, this has been happening too. Just again, another giant void curtain. It's just been happening since like yesterday. And it's only that I've noticed like in this starting spot. But anyway, we're gonna get out of here because the planet we're looking for, not this one. I'm not even gonna try to say the name. I'll butcher it. Ridiculous. This, buddy. This is the one we want. It's blue, and there's a bunch of clouds. And if you hold right bumper and left bumper on Xbox, that's how you hit these pulse engines. But what we wanted is, what is it? CO. I have no idea how to say that. But it says it's got salvageable scrap and it's got dissonance detected. For the order that we're going to try to do these things and hit these missions, the salvageable scrap and the dissonance detected, both very important, right? Before we get to the surface, or into the atmosphere, whatever, we're going to hit left trigger to stop the pulse engines. And right here in orbit, we're going to go to autopilot management, maintain current flight path. We're going to get a 2-for-1. We're going to open our hatch. So you might think, Tommy, what are you doing? What are you doing? Your ship's getting so far away. It's okay. We're floating for 30 seconds away from our ship while it's in autopilot, because at the 30-second mark for each, we should be getting close. We should be getting close. There we go. Well, that's the one. This is the one for floating outside it. Should already hit the autopilot. Should already hit the autopilot. Maybe that one didn't work right. Come on back, ship. Alright, so let's not try to do 2-for-1. We'll just wait. We'll just wait. I was being impatient. But if we just chill and we go ahead and unlock the rewards for extra vehicular, we'll get another mission within the phases of the expedition is to autopilot for 30 seconds, right? We got a few new blueprints. Let's go ahead and activate these. Let's go ahead and get all these set up good. That's fine enough. Cloaking device. I'll just put that one there. There we go. Come on. There we go. Cruising. Cruise hands-free for 30 seconds. Now, before we go to the planet, we're gonna have fun with how we're gonna go to the planet, but we need to get to a specific level within the atmosphere. One, does this look like? Does this look like there's land underneath here? We're gonna hope. We're gonna hope that we're not just flying over water. There's land. Perfect. Come on, dude. The car's already passed, bro. But we're getting just low enough to where a pop-up should show up on the top left part of the screen. Right there. Entering atmosphere. The reason I like doing this specific part or mission on this planet, it's always real windy and stormy, so it makes it a little bit easier to be able to actually do this. You have to fall for 60 seconds continuously from your Corvette for one of the missions. But you can't actually be falling until you're in the atmosphere, otherwise you're just spacewalking. So on planets that are super thin atmosphere, super clear, no wind, blah, 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 especially if they're like dense or a bunch of gravity, you like plummet right from your Corvette through the sky and hit the ground real quick. It's hard to get that 60 seconds. This planet though, because it's always got these blizzards going on, I've found that it's always incredibly drafty. So if you jump out at the upper atmosphere of this planet, CO, I have no idea how to say the planet's name. It's the one with salvageable scrap and dissonance detected in the starting system for the expedition. But if you come to this planet, get just to where the atmosphere is started. I hold up on the left thumbstick and try to look up. Try to float around a little bit. Try to boost. Come on, dude, don't make me look like a jerk. Yes! Oh, we got it right at the end. Oh, we got it right at the end. What's good, Larry? I hope you're having a good night, for sure. Playing a little No Man's Sky. What is this? What is this? I've never seen this before. This is brand new to me. Is this like a POI? This game is super pretty though, right? Like aside from the negative 92.6 degrees Celsius weather, which is freezing up my visor, which is what's causing the screen to look crazy. But like the palette, these blues and purples with the whites and silvers and grays, and then you got that planet on the horizon. This game is pretty. But we got to the ground, you're like, what about your ship, bro? And it's freezing. I know, if you just hit down on the D-pad, come over to this cone thing, summon vehicles. We're gonna grab our Corvette, hit A. Check it out. That buddy just swoops right in. Wachow! We come up here, immediately start warming up. Temperature goes to 18.5 degrees Celsius. Our environmental protection is recharging. Good to go. And we accomplished at least one more reward. Here we go. This is going to give us a better weapon for our Corvette. A little blaster. So we're going to go ahead and install these. Same idea as before. We're going to put them in a little cluster, all touching, so that way they can boost each other. And then over here, we're going to move the photon cannon to connect with the photon cannon. The class hab, or the Thunderbolt hab, I don't know what to connect it to make it highlight, and everything else, we're just going to leave it where it is for right now. No big deal. Sweet. So, what we're looking for now. Radiant shard, ancient ruin. We need the salvageable scrap, but before that, this is what I want. The corrupted drone. It's going to be right next to this dissonance resonator. Well, wait, I'm skipping one important one. Before we do that, we're going to look at our scanner for these red dots. We're going to try to catch them with the right trigger. We're just trying to scan them. We need to scan 3 wild fauna on this planet. There's like 3 at least right here, but for some reason it's just not scanning them. But this then is what we're going to after scanning these fauna. We're going to be going to these salvage containers. Well, after we kill 8 sentinel drones. Oh man, these weather storms suck. Literally, come on, man. I can do this so quick when I'm not streaming. Then when I'm streaming, I can't do it. Alright, here we go. We're gonna go to that resonator so we could fight the corrupted sentinel drones. Just let me friggin' scan the fauna. OMG, come on. There we go. Here's 1, 2, 3. That's all we needed. Literally, there we go. Wild things. Discovered 3 fauna on dissonant planets. The reason we want that mission early on it's going to give us an echolocator. If I didn't want, I'll just do it. So if you go right to that dissonance resonator that I was talking about marking, if you destroy that, you'll get an echolocator anyway when you destroy it normally. But we're gonna grab the reward for wild things, open up a few new inventory slots, and before we go and fight off those drones, let's go ahead and install this shield. And then this echolocator, we're gonna resonate that, and then get back in the pilot seat. And we're gonna be looking for that little yellow gold icon thing right over here. So if you hold right trigger to fly, you can hold B as well for a normal boost, and then again right bumper, left bumper at the same time as your pulse engine. Pulse engine unavailable the way that we're flying, planetary interference. But not bad, we'll get there in like 20 seconds. $14. Trying to turn this vape on and it don't want to turn on. There we go. So, what is a harmonic echo coordinate? It's a harmonic scrap camp, which is another one of the missions that we got to do. We get to claim a free multi-tool, and it's consistently been better than the starting multi-tool. So why waste a bunch of upgrade slots and upgrades on the starter tool just to then have to go through a bunch of work to transfer it over to another one when you can just get the other one right from the jump. So we're going to leave the pilot seat. You could land the ship if you wanted to, but it's going to cost thruster fuel to get back up off the ground when you want to leave. But if you just leave the ship or the seat and come over, that's the one on the right operates the hatch, the one on the left beam down to planet. Boom, it'll put us right on the surface, and then we can come back to this little teleport pad, hold X, and it'll get us right back up into the ship. But down here we want to come to this harmonic camp and interact with this. There's going to be a code that you have to put in to disarm the security locks, right? And it's super easy. If you just, when you get through all the text prompts, go to scan memory registers. So the sequence will be 3, and then 8, and then 14. Just a little basic addition and subtraction, right? 3, 8, 14. I think I remembered it right. Am I messing it up? 3, 8, 14. Maybe we'll figure out. 3. I forgot so quick. 3, 8. 14. I think this was it. That was it. Let's go. Lift the lockdown. And then we gotta re-access the terminal. That lets us have a new boost pack skin that we can change our appearance into. Let's deactivate the multi-tool. And then if you want to, you can even go back in again and locate dissonance spikes, and it'll give you coordinates basically to another POI that you can go check out from here if you wanted to. So see there, it's showing right there. We could get there in 3 hours if we got on the ship, probably just a few seconds, but I think that's cool, right? So like if we were gonna walk that, it's a 3-hour in-game walk to be able to get to that. That's wild, right? But that's super cool. You have the ability to do that in the game, right? You could go to all these harmonic scrap pieces and pick up rusted metals. Those can be converted into ferrite dust, which is super good, right? But basically, we went through all that to open up this terminal to access this multi-tool. It's a C-class. It's not fantastic. That sucks, but we'll go ahead and grab it anyway. When we put the scatter blasters on there, most of that damage potential is going to convert over to here. This one has a better scanner range off top. It's not a great one, but it's free anyway, and it completes a mission, so we'll take it. Before you complete or collect these rewards, though, decide, are you going to keep and try to fix this multi-tool as your primary, or do you want to go back to your other one? We're going to go back to our other one. Boom. Because the rewards for this mission are going to give us multi-tool inventory slots. So like if you get a higher tiered free multi-tool right there with a bunch of stuff that you need to repair, it might already be maxed out on all the inventory slots available to it. That's one of the reasons why, if it's not better, I mean, if it's better off top, I still will switch to this one normally if they're full. If it's not, then maybe I would have maxed out the other one. I don't know. This one, it's not enough of a difference between the two multi-tools for me to matter too much. So we'll just put all 5 on that one there. And then we get a bolt caster module, so we can upgrade our bolt caster. Look at that, almost 4,000 damage potential. So now we need to get back into our ship. Easiest way is going to be the little teleporter. We don't need to call it down. And then from the comfort and warmth of our own ship, we're going to mark a salvage container, hop in our pilot seat, and dip off. Along the way, that was a quick journey, I guess. So I guess once we arrive, go into photo mode, just do a little snappy. Go ahead and complete that mission. Now we're just going to hold the A button, shoot towards this salvage scrap. Oh, that's perfect. So I always encourage, keep going after salvage scrap until you at least get a tarnish sensor, or not tarnish, like one of those rare items, because that's a great way to get an initial starting amount of units, right? You can just sell those at the Galactic Terminal, and they're worth a bunch of units. So we got 4 out of the 5 Corvette modules we need. I do like to spend like 30 minutes to an hour at the start of the game here in this setting, just going through, filling up my starship's inventory slots with, oh, there's one of those dissonance resonators, but filling up the inventory slots with cargo or Corvette module pieces, just so that way the next time I go to a star station, if I wanted to, I could start designing more of a long-term ship as opposed to a starter ship. But these buddies right here, if you destroy these, you can get the echolocators plus a bunch of other parts that you need to repair those damaged parts on like that multi-tool and such. If you're in your starship, Corvette, whatever, just blast that buddy. See, we picked up an echolocator from it. Sentinels are also incoming. What we're going to try to do is see if we can hit this salvage container in between fighting off 3 sentinels. Come on, where you at, buddy? Oh, so if you hold the left trigger, it'll stay kind of like auto locked in on your target, which is great, but you should, I definitely encourage, use the left joystick still to kind of free aim within that auto aim, and you'll have a far better time. So before it sends reinforcements, we need to take out 3. There's one of the 3. But see if we can get the last Corvette part that we need for this mission. Oh, come on, come on, come on. That definitely got the one. But let's try to take this interceptor out. So like I guess outside of the expedition in a normal save you can find like downed interceptors and stuff like that. They're really good starships in normal play, I've been told, and I've seen in videos, stuff like that. That's so pretty. But in the expedition it's all about Corvette. You're not going to get other ships or anything like that within the expedition. This is the last interceptor we need for another mission to be completed here. Come on. Oh, it's so hard to see though when you're in the clouds on this planet because they're just so stormy and cloudy. But so look, once we take the third one out, right there, no more auto target, right trigger and B, we're zooming, we can evade this last buddy, let's do this. Come on, come on, come on. Please don't be a little triangle. Yeah, we made it, let's go. All right. What all did we just complete there? Now, let's go ahead and get this picture reward. That's all stuff we can sell for a decent amount of starting credits. What we got next? What do we got next? More than likely not going to do any of that stuff tonight. Let's go ahead and collect this. The rocket boots are pretty sweet. Probably not going to do a bunch left of that tonight. Asteroids, maybe. The corrupt sentinels, we could do that real quick. And the other stuff is once we jump for the first time. Let's go ahead and collect these. I mean, even with my rambling, we're at like 56 minutes right now. You know what I'm saying? Probably won't go too much longer, but we got a lot accomplished so far, even with all my rambling, right? Let's go ahead and collect that one. I want to do the 8 sentinels real quick. I want to just get it done because it's not that hard. It felt really intimidating like the first time or two that I tried it, but it's really not that hard. A good thing to remember is that you can take more hits than what you would assume you could take, I guess. And these things aren't as aggressive in their attacks as what you would assume they might be. Oh crap, I have no idea where we're at. Are we over? Oh, we're upside down. Oh, we're upside down. Oh, we're upside down. Okay. 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 We can't see anything. We need to find... It is so windy out. Why is there always storms? I know this. I know there's always storms. Why? Alright, we're going to go by you. Because the things we're going to want to take down are going to be over by you. And to make it easier to follow along. Oh, where you at? Right here. We're going to make Undying Horde the active milestone. Because we need to watch as we take out 8 of the little drone buddies. Oh crap, oh crap. It's so hard to see on this planet. You know what, this is good enough. This is good enough right here. Heck yeah. And then we get out the seat and we act real brave. So one, go to first person. It's gonna be easier. Get the scatter blaster out. What's up guys? Wow! Wow, 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 wow. 1. What's up, bro? Come over here. This is a short range weapon. Get closer. Yeah. What's up, dummy? See, there's that resonator. Just let it keep doing its thing. It's fine. Come on. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? I know y'all are coming. Why are you guys so far away? Where did you go? They just give up? Already? I need 8 of you guys. I only got 2. Alright. Make y'all mad. What's up? Shot your little homie. Where y'all at? Swarm is hunting. They are nowhere close. Over here. I literally injured my own leg for you guys. Why are they way over there? They're dumb. So dumb. Should not be taking this long. Come on. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? I blew up your buddy that time. Nothing else. Where are the bad guys? Why are they struggling to find this spot? Oh, one's close. Where are you? Showing like a little thing. Showing like a little thing on the screen like there's one close. There's not. What are those? Oh, snap. I have no idea who those 3 were. Oh, come on. Well, okay, so back to square one. We're gonna get back in the ship. See, it's got like a little thing popping up. Like there's a bad guy near the area. I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll try. We'll move on. We'll try again. Oh, we don't want the interceptors. I really do like just free exploring on the planets as well. Like you can just run in to POIs as they load in. You don't have to pull up your scanner and pre-mark out. Like you need to see that. You need to use your scanner to see like the things that are hidden underground, like mineral deposits, buried modules, stuff like that. But anything that's on the surface, if you coast through and give the time, or give the game time to load, you'll be able to just happen across stuff. Looking for a bad guy and a dissonance resonator, probably would do better for myself to actually pull out the scanner. I literally need 6 more sentinels. Like every other planet that we can go to, there's sentinels literally like every 15 steps. They gotta be the dissonant ones, or the corrupted ones. I keep saying sentinels. What's that? It says eliminate corrupt sentinels, corrupt drum swarm. Oh, here's one. Here we go. Here we go. That planet is pretty in the background. Here we go. Scatter blasters ready. We don't want to fight the big one yet. We gotta fight the big one. Otherwise, it's gonna attack us anyway. These things do be like going invisible and jumping. Haha, missed me that time, Jumpy. Dude, how many hits is this thing gonna take? What's up, buddy? Looking forward to you guys. Come on, halfway. Come on. Ah, come on. Halfway. Where's the big one? Oh. Dude, don't jump in this. I don't want to hurt you guys. I'll hurt this giant freaking nasty thing. But... oh, there it is. There it is. Oh crap, there's a giant angry bug. Saw me take his buddy out and he got mad. Oh crap. We're getting hit, we're getting hit. Get inside, retreat. Recharge our life support. Oh, it's damaged. Oh, our life support is damaged. That is not good. Shield is damaged. That is not good. Okay. Fixed one of them. The graphic was still glitched too. Come on, where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? There we go. I was gonna say, dude, it can't be that much longer. Oh crap. Oh, it's another big one? I'm in no position to fight another big one right now. Why? What? Dude, these are so strong tonight. I don't understand this. Oh, we're about to die. No, we're not. We're gonna try and finish this mission at least. There was one other one, but we'll see. We'll see. Come on, why is this not done for? Bro, it has to be glitched. There is no way this thing is still going. It's not even hitting it. I think we're seeing some shenanigans afoot. This thing should... What? This scatter blaster is normally not this weak. How many is that? Oh crap. That thing is spawn camping. That's not fair. Run away from it, run away. We'll just meet the last few we need head on. What's up? Where y'all at? Oh crap, it's the dog things. Those things suck. Those things will like chase you even if you burrow into the ground. And I don't think they count as the things we're trying to take out. Oh crap, dude. Oh crap. Charge! Run to the ship! Run to the ship! Oh man, it's terrifying. Look at that thing. Not helping me. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's go down and craft a creature pellet. Wait a minute. Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap! That's not good. We got blasted right from the start. Creature pellet! Oh! Oh, adopt! No! We died! That's okay. That's okay. Because it just allows me to do a restart anyway, because I try to mix in like the idea of a permadeath, so we could do it right now. But look at this. What did we do? In like an hour of play with excessive rambling, we completed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. And we were literally 1 kill away from the Undying Horde, which we would have got that one. before we went back to the starship or star station, which is what we were going to do after that, we would have destroyed 40 asteroids. That would have got us that one. And then once we were in the star station, we would have got 3 microprocessors that we would have needed to finish repairing our hyperdrive with the 63 chromatic metal that we made at the start of the play, right? And we would have fixed our hyperdrive, and we would have warped to the second system, going towards the first rendezvous station. It's like OWO, the Squeak Wall, or something like that is the name of the system. So that would have got us that one, and we would have started working towards that one. But in the next system, OWO, the Squeak Wall, or whatever, it's got a planet that has star bulbs on it. That means it's a luscious planet. We would have landed there to get grounded, and then in there we would have caught our first 3 fish, so we would have got proteins from the sea. And from there we would have went back to the star station, because normally by that point done a bunch of Corvette parts scavenging, scrap, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I got myself an inventory of a bunch of parts, and I would have put in a nutrition unit inside a Corvette, cooked up one of these 3, if not all 3 of these fish, and prepared us a seafood meal. That would have knocked out that one. Probably would have also at that point put in 4 living walls inside the Corvette and gone after some gamma root, and would have planted the gamma root in all 4 of those living walls. After like 30 minutes to an hour of play, I think, if I recall correctly, they'll be ready to harvest. That knocks out the silent running, and from that point, basically, all you're doing is jumping to complete the rendezvous points. You're going to visit a pirate station somewhere in there, smuggle some contraband. You're going to land on a derelict freighter at some point in there. And there's a couple other things that you'll do before you finish up the expedition outright. And again, at the end of the expedition outright, you still have, I think it's like 4 weeks while it's open to continue playing within the confines of the expedition. Or you can go to the anomaly, transfer out of the expedition by completing it officially, and converting your game into a normal game file. I've done that a few times to test out what it's like. You literally keep everything. If you do like I did and you start a new save right there at the expedition, and that's where you're going in fresh, then when you convert to a normal game at the end, you keep absolutely everything that you've accomplished. But you can also see on this screen here, so in an hour of play, getting sidetracked and long-winded, we still did 5 of 7, 1 of 7, 2 of 7, 1 of 7, 1 of 6. It's a pretty good start for just an hour in the expedition, I think, right? Hopefully, at least it shows, if you were new to this game and checking it out like I am, that it's not super difficult at all. It can feel a little bit overwhelming when you're checking everything out when you're first getting going, right? Clicked the wrong one, my bad. But it's really not that difficult. Hopefully this video shows some of the basics of the screens that you're looking at, how to craft some components, how to be able to interact with your technologies versus your actual inventory, and the basic ideas that this expedition specifically presents, right? It's all about the Corvette. It's all about the different ways you can use the Corvette. It's all about exploring with the Corvette. And this game, when it comes to exploring, like I said at the start, if you're a long-time viewer of this channel, you know how much I love and enjoy playing Ark Survival. It's a fantastic game. Even then, with all of my Starfield content, right, you'll notice that I talk about like immersion and survival elements, right? And I've done a whole mod list about how to increase the survival aspects of play. Excuse me. This game really has been scratching that specific itch for me. Still, I don't think it compares to Starfield at all. There's aspects between the two games that are absolutely comparable. They're enjoyable in their own rights. But when it comes to like intricate, detailed building and manufacturing and logistics and playing with other, not human characters, but NPC characters, and trying to build up settlements and stuff like that, Starfield is so special and such a great game. The mods, the community, everything about it, so great. But there is a specific taste for me when I play video games that I crave at times even, and this game satisfies that itch for me for sure. It's a super fun game. Highly encourage everybody to check it out. If you've been with us tonight watching along, I really appreciate your time this evening. Again, I know it's been like 3 weeks since I've streamed. It's been like 2 weeks since I've uploaded. I'm gonna try to get back to a regular schedule. We are getting day by day closer and closer into the holiday season in my line of work. That is a busy time of year, but we're going to make a great effort to be as active as possible, playing these games, streaming, and uploading this content. I hope that you enjoy it all. If you do, I always hope and ask that you hit that like button. It helps me out a lot when you do. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I encourage you to do so. I know it's been slow the past couple of weeks, but there is still so much more content on the way. And as always, let me know in the comments below what you think, what you'd want to see next. The community section of the channel is open, so anybody can post there. Let us know about your gaming, what you want to see on this channel, anything you got going on, right? But other than that, I'll stop rambling. It was fun getting back on tonight. I'll look to do it tomorrow. Take care in the meantime. See y'all later.